Well, here's a rare video of a mural I'm doing in a store party place for kids. And I wasn't intending on doing a video at all, which is why I'm like halfway through the actual mural before I put the video camera on. And here you see me doing the red and, just outlining for the most part the basic shape of the weight. Well, first of all, this is unicorn poop. It's unicorn rainbow poop. That's what the kids love. It's 2019. Everything's unicorns and unicorn poop. So there I am, just doing my first color red, sticking with the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. I'm not doing anything glow. I'm not doing violet. I'm doing purple for the last one. I'm just, just figuring out where I want my poop. And this one's going to take some coats here. The red, hard to cover. The orange, the brighter the color, the more difficult it is. So believe it or not, this is actually really tedious. More so than the actual unicorn and the clouds above. So I'm going to continue on. Again, I wasn't initially planning on doing a video, and it was very noisy in the background, which is why I decided to do voiceover work on this video. So I got Roy done. That's Roy, red, orange, yellow. I'm going to go for the green. This is the green I got from the store. A little too dark for my taste. I would have liked a little brighter green. This is a very dark green, but green nonetheless. And as I look at it, sometimes it's good to just step back. I will end up going back and putting glitter on the actual unicorn part, horn. And I'm working with a little brush, just a typical brush. I like this little artist brush because it's sharp as a blade. The bristles don't frill that way. It's a polyester blend bristle, and it's just sharp. It has a knife, and gives you a lot of flexibility. Able to squeeze in a lot of tight spaces with this guy. So I just did these top skinny areas before I broke out the 2-inch brush for the rest. And there I am with my 2-inch. And I had some rough lines drawn out. For the most part, I'm following them, but I do make changes as I go along. Also, for my finished brush strokes, I always like to go in the direction of what I'm painting. So in this case, it's diagonal. So I won't be doing up and down finish strokes. I will be going with the flow in the direction of the rainbow poop in this case. Here I am just working the paint inside the door. I had everything, the base coat, that white, is an eggshell finish. I like eggshell finish when I'm doing murals or stripes or something like that. Just because it's easy to paint on. The paint rolls on it more so than a flat, where the flat it's just very rough, and you really don't get, you can't really stretch out your brush strokes. I was having some difficulty here, not with the line, with the spreading of the paint. It gets tacky pretty quickly. I guess it was drying on me, so I did have a little bit of water that in between I would just dip my brush into a little bit of water just so I can extend it a little more, and it spreads a lot more that way. It thins it out to where it's not as thick and goopy. And it also extends the dry time as well. Not by much, but enough to where it really, really helps. I'm just working in the paint. Believe it or not, the walls and the door was very heavily textured, so it required a lot of working. And there I am going with my finish strokes with the direction to give the background. So this is day 2 of the mural, and I decided that I wanted to fatten this red area. I wanted to extend it by about 4 inches. So this is something it's just upsetting me. So, you step back and you observe the work, and you're able to make decisions like that. So I did that, and little adjustments here and there. Now, unfortunately, I had like 5 coats on this because there was a little black outline that I had to cover fully, and it just doesn't cover. This bright red just doesn't really cover too well, especially with dark colors. So this little addition took me some time, and I had to paint it, wait for it to dry, paint it, wait for it to dry. I think I gave it 4 coats just so it could blend in solid and look uniform. So here I am trying to play with this perspective here because the door frame is getting in the way. So I'm stepping back, and I'm seeing where I have to make that adjustment so it could look like a smooth transition from back wall to left wall. It's just a matter of going back and forth and looking. Now forgive me for blocking the view here. But what I'm doing is I'm painting higher on the door frame. Actually higher than the wall is. So I think I'm about 1 inch higher on the door frame than I am on the wall. And there it is. It's looking a lot better. So I grab the camera, I step back, and I could do a little better. See that? It's about 1 inch or so over. So that's how it looks. Now I'm holding the camera here, so forgive me, but I'll get it back. It's all an eye game, just playing with the eyes. Now as I step back again, I could see that it could use a little more adjusting. And that's a nifty little trick when you're dealing with perspective to see whatever works. You keep fiddling with it. You got to be very careful when you're playing with it, so as to not go too high, because then you have a mess on your hands as far as the touch-ups are concerned. You've got to bring the white back on and lower it. And then you have to wait for that to dry. Either way, I mean, you have to experiment with these things It is just paint. It will dry. That looks a lot better now. You see how that looks? I had to do the same thing with the purple, the blue, and the green on the other wall. And this wall isn't really in the view. See what I did there? I felt like it had to come up more. But this left red wall isn't really in the view. When people take pictures, they're going to be standing by the yellow because, you know, under the poop. That looks a lot better. So here's the finished product. I did little stars in every color. Just made some stars. The doorknob will be painted. It's currently being primed. And those god-awful hinges as well. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I apologize that I didn't start this from the beginning. Either way, I do have pictures from the beginning. Here's my sketch. That's when I first, after I penciled it, I inked it, and that's what it looked like. Then I was experimenting with my purples and lilacs and lavenders. I kind of like what I came up with. But either way, here it is. That's the finished product. I really appreciate your time. Chris here from Pro Paint Jobs. Thanks for watching, and the next mural I have, I promise it'll start right from the beginning. Thanks again. See you next time.